Everyone, this is Dan Low, and in this video I'm going to talk about recursion in JavaScript programming. So first, let's start out with an example. Let's say I want to add 1, 2, 3 all the way to 10. That means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way to 10. Okay, and the answer is 35. So you can simply write in a for loop or whatever loop to add them together and keep the partial sum. However, we can also compute these additions by adding the first 9 numbers. Okay, and then add the last number 10. Okay, so if we compute the first 9 numbers, okay, we simply just give it a function say sum with the parameter 9, meaning that we want to add 1 all the way to 9. Okay, so sum 9 is 1 plus 2 plus 3 all the way to 9, and sum 4, for example, is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, something like that. So sum 10 is going to be 1 plus 2 plus all the way to 10. Okay, and since if we compute the first 9 numbers, then we can substitute those 9 numbers sum to sum sub 9 and plus the last number 10. Okay, and then the 9 here we can substitute 10 minus 1, so it's essentially sum 10 is equal to sum 10 minus 1 plus 10. Okay, so if we generalize this concept, the sum of n numbers will be the sum of the first n minus 1 numbers and plus the n itself. So this is called the recursion relation. So to program recursion for a problem, you need to figure out this recursion relation first. Okay. So one thing is missing is that we need the initial condition, or sometimes we call it base. So the recursion base in this example is sum sub 0. We need to initialize or set it to 0. Okay, so we need to get it set, otherwise the recursion will not be stopped. Okay, so here I created some basic JavaScript with program with 2 files. The first file index.html is basically just a web page for the browser to load it, and inside this page I have a JavaScript point to my javascript.js, which is the right hand side, another file. I use a notepad. If you're not familiar with this, you can check out my other video to talk about how do you run and debug JavaScript in Google Chrome. So in the my javascript.js, here I only have one statement, simply just output the hi there string to the console. So at this point, we can use the Google Chrome to load the index.html file we have. So I have the file here, index.html right here. Okay, so but where did output go? So it's go to the console. So in the Google Chrome, you hit Control Shift J to bring up the dev uh, interface. Okay, so here you see the hi there is right here. Okay, is the output from our JavaScript program. So if you click on the source, okay, and this is the program we have. Okay, so we're gonna remove this line here and then create a function, create a recursive function to compute the sum. So we can say function. You can put a comment say recursive function for sum. Okay, and okay. So we start the function keyword and then we can say sum. Okay, with a parameter n. Okay, Then here I'm just gonna quit to space. Okay. So if you are going to write a recursive function, the first thing in the body, in the function body, recursive function body, is to check the initial condition. So whether n uh, reach to 1 or 0. Okay, in our case it's 0. So we can put the check if if n is equal to 0. Okay, so we can say if n equals 0. Okay, or actually we can put say n less than. Okay, if n less than, let's say 1. If then less than 1, then we are going to return 0. Okay, then if n is not less than 1, then we're gonna return uh, this is the general case. Okay, this is sum n, it's gonna be equal to sum n minus 1 plus n. So we're gonna return if n is not less than 1, we're gonna return n plus summation n minus 1. Okay, and that's all you need to do. Okay, so here we create a function, but we never call it. So we can just call sum 10. Okay, and it's gonna show it's gonna compute the sum of the first 10 numbers. But we want to display it, to the output. So I here use a window, or you can use console dot log. Okay, sum 10. Okay, and then save it. Then here we go back here to reload it. Then you can see the output is 45. Okay, output 45. You can change the number to let's say change number to 100. Okay, and then save it and reload it. It's gonna be 50-50. And if you change it to the first 15 numbers, okay, then run it. It's gonna be 1275. So that's all I have for this video. Have fun, enjoy.